For decades, Apple has been creating world-class hardware and world-class software. We've also been creating a growing collection of world-class services. Services.
Just shut up, Tim Apple. Go back to your office and learn how to script a proper video. Hey, and what are you waiting for? Roll the intro. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Majora Boy, and Apple's March event just got over. So we got a ton of new services from Apple, some being downright awesome and the others just being meh. So grab some snacks and here's all you need to know about the Apple March event. So let's go in order and start with the first service of the event, Apple News Plus. Apple News Plus brings a few things to the already existing Apple News app, which is this really beautifully designed app for all your daily news. Now News Plus adds magazines to the Apple News app. Now these magazines are not your typical magazines. They're actually redesigned for the new Apple News Plus app. These magazines have live covers and animated pages in them, so your reading experience is actually more fun. The price of the service is $10 monthly, which doesn't sound bad because Apple is offering you more than 300 magazines. Now if you subscribe to these magazines individually, the total price will go above $8,000. So should you get it? Well, if you really love magazines, then this is the best deal you can ever get, because you're getting a lot of magazines for a very low price. But if you're the type of guy who does not read magazines a lot and just reads them once in a month, then you're better off subscribing to those magazines individually rather than getting the News Plus service. Okay, now let's talk about my favorite service from the entire event, Apple Arcade. So what is Apple Arcade? Apple Arcade is a gaming subscription that allows you to play console quality games on your iPhone or iPad at a monthly fee. So in simple terms, Apple Arcade is like the Netflix but for gaming, because rather than you paying a monthly fee for watching movies, you're doing the same thing but for games. Personally, I love this new service as it is getting console quality games with great gameplay onto devices like the iPad Pro, the iPhone XS Max, which can easily handle high graphic titles due to their amazing hardware in them. Also, all the games in the arcade service will be offline, because I really want a high quality RPG to play while I'm traveling on the flight with my iPad Pro, because most of the games on the App Store right now are online games with a lot of microtransactions. Now the Apple Arcade service will work on all iOS devices like the iPhone, the iPad. It will also work on the Macs and the Apple TV. One thing I want all of these games to have is controller support, and I have a pretty good theory why it might have it. It is because of the Apple TV, whose games, if you know, have controller support in them. So if Apple Arcade is coming to the Apple TV, then there is a pretty good chance that even the iOS games will have controller support in them. But what is the pricing for this service? At the moment, we don't know what is the pricing, but if Apple wants to buy the arcade service, then it should be priced between $8 to $10. So who should purchase this? Well, if you're the type of gamer who just loves to play every type of game out there, then sure, go for it. I'm not gonna lie, when arcade launches, I'm gonna be one of the first few people to actually buy this service. If you like more competitive games with some really insane graphics and frame rate and want to have keyboard and mouse support, then you should probably not get this service. Now you guys might be asking, Majora, why are you going and buying the arcade service? Because one of the games on the arcade service, called Fantasian, is made by the creator of Final Fantasy, Hironobu Sakaguchi. But whatever small clips they shared from the preview, I know Fantasian is going to be a really good game. Okay, now let's talk about Apple's streaming service. Now this is where it gets really confusing. You see, Apple has 3 products which have the exact same name, Apple TV. So let me simplify it for you. So Apple has one Apple TV, which is the main streaming box. Then they have the Apple TV service, which will be there, you know, on your Samsung smart TVs, on your LG smart TVs, and on your mini streaming devices like the Fire Stick and the Roku TV. And then you have Apple TV Plus, which is the streaming service in which there will be Apple original content. The Apple original shows and movies will be directed by some pretty big directors like J.J. Abrams, Steven Spielberg. So you can expect some pretty good movies from them. Now let's talk about the most unexpected service from Apple, the Apple Card. Now Apple Card is very cool. Firstly, the Apple Card is actually in your wallet app on your iPhone. Secondly, it simplifies all of your credit card data. So say for example you went to your local shop and purchased an item from there. You used your regular credit card to purchase the item and now you're going through your bill to see where the transaction happened. But you see, credit card information is always in this cryptic language. Apple Card actually simplifies that language and tells you the exact location of the place with the name of the place. It also tells you other details on your phone, like how much is due, how much you owe, and what is your current credit card balance. You also get 2% cashback on every Apple Card purchase. So whenever you go to a shop and pay through the Apple credit card, you will get 2% of the purchased amount back. But if you buy an Apple product from an official Apple store, you will get 3% cashback of the purchased product. And I mean on every purchase. The card also has no late fees, annual fees, over limit fees and international fees, which most banks will offer. The bank they are working with is Goldman Sachs. Now what if Apple Pay is not accepted in your region? Well, Apple has a solution for it. Apple actually went and made a physical credit card called the Apple Card, which will be made not out of plastic or any other weak material, but bloody titanium, which will have your name laser engraved onto it. Personally, I think that this credit card service is great. First, because of the credit card being in your phone, it is always on you. And secondly, the features mentioned above make owning and using a credit card stress-free. Now, is the Apple Card service coming to India? Well, maybe not this year, but maybe next year. Because this year, the service will only be there in the US, then in Canada, and then in the UK. Well guys, that's all for today. Tell me down in the comments below what do you think about these services. And if you liked the video, then please leave a big fat thumbs up on it. But if you loved it, then please subscribe to the channel to see more content just like this one. And as always, I'll be signing off for today and I'll see you in the next one.